Megyn Kelly, the feisty blonde journalist who was Fox News anchor for a while, has experienced both unexpected low points and tremendous highs. Her sharp mind and unwavering determination helped her establish a reputation in the courtroom and on television. Despite her self-assured TV persona, she overcame several difficult obstacles and took some unexpected twists. Her major secrets are out now that Kelly has spoken about her mistakes and media techniques. What secrets has this courageous reporter withheld from us over the years? Furthermore, how will these startling discoveries alter our perception of Megyn Kelly? Come along as we reveal the secrets of Megyn Kelly's private life. Early life and education. The American heartland was the starting point for Megyn Kelly's meteoric rise from small-town girl to television celebrity. Kelly was born on November 1, 1970, and was raised in Champaign, Illinois. Her early years were spent going through the typical American experiences, heavily emphasizing family, education, and trying her hardest. For young Megyn, the main focus of her existence was her devoted family. Her mother, Linda, worked hard to create a caring and supportive home for her family, and her father, Edward, was an intelligent teacher at the State University of New York at Albany. Megyn was raised in a home encouraging hard work and education with her brother Pete and elder sister Suzanne. It wasn't always straightforward. However, Megyn's father died unexpectedly from a heart attack when she was just 15 years old. Megyn was deeply affected by this enormous loss, which inspired her to achieve and please her father. The difficulties. Even when things were difficult, Megyn continued. It was a new beginning for her family when they relocated to Del Mar, a little town close to Albany. Megyn started to demonstrate her intelligence and drive at Bethlehem Central High School. She put a lot of effort into her studies, positioning herself for success in the future. Following graduation, Megyn attended Syracuse University. She entered political science at the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. She developed her analytical abilities there and gained extensive knowledge of the social factors that influence society. Megyn wasn't finished, however. Following graduation with a bachelor degree, she enrolled in law school at Albany Law College. Her abilities were evident there. She became proficient in debate, picked up intricate legal ideas, and acquired a law degree in 1995. Megyn had an education that went beyond academics. Her heritage. Her varied heritage, she had Irish, German, and Italian ancestry, gave her a distinct perspective on life in America. She was raised in a Catholic home where she acquired strong morals that served as a guide for the rest of her life. These formative experiences made Megyn a resilient and strong person. Her stay at Syracuse and Albany helped her to improve her fast thinking, bright intellect, and strenuous effort. The girl from Illinois had grown into a confident, knowledgeable lady with the will to achieve and prepared to take on significant challenges. Her journey from a tiny hamlet to the national media limelight has been made possible by the abilities she acquired in school. Her upbringing and schooling prepared her for a profession that captivates audiences and sparks heated discussions. Her early life lessons have helped her remain steadfast, despite public life's ups and downs. Personal life and relationships. Megyn Kelly's life has been packed with love, grief, and resilience, despite her outward appearance on television. We glimpse her behind the headlines via her family and connections. Kelly got married to anesthesiologist Daniel Kendall for the first time in 2000. Their Catholic wedding was a reflection of her deep religious convictions. However, their hectic work schedules and other difficulties caused them to be divorced in 2004. Kelly revealed at the age of 24 that she was undergoing the Catholic annulment procedure, demonstrating the continued importance of her religious convictions in her life. In 2008, love found Kelly again, this time in Douglas Brunt, the former CEO and president of Authentium. Her union with Douglas Brunt created fresh opportunities for advancement on both a personal and professional level. Douglas Brunt quit work shortly after their wedding to devote all his time to writing. His bond with Megyn Kelly has become even more critical since then. They were more considerate of one another, encouraging one another's goals and navigating the highs and lows of public life together. Offspring. Three children, born in 2009, Yates, 2011, Yardley, and 2013, Thatcher, are their collective offspring. However, being a parent wasn't simple. Her three children were all born via IVF. Kelly has always been honest about her infertility problems, giving the issue a voice and, in a sense, encouraging any other women going through a similar experience. There's a family custom among the two residences of the Kelly Brunt family. In the academic year, living in Connecticut, they can concentrate on their children's schooling. They vacation from their hectic public life each summer to their serene waterfront house in New Jersey. Megyn Kelly lost her elder sister, Suzanne Crossley, at 22 when she had a heart attack. Due to her addiction, which plagued her over her life, Suzanne left behind three children and a grandchild, making her death all the more tragic. With three step-siblings, a sister and a brother from her mother's second marriage to Peter Kerwin, Kelly hails from a big family. Her beliefs. As previously noted, she is also a devoted Catholic. She often discusses her religion, citing it as a source of her strength and direction throughout trying periods in her private and public lives. Things became much more problematic when unanticipated health concerns surfaced, and people's attention was drawn to her personal life. However, a contentious vaccination incident later generated a significant discussion. Is this where the unexpected turn in her narrative comes from? Let's investigate. Health concerns and vaccine experience. Her experiences provide Megyn Kelly's intimate glimpse into her life with health difficulties and vaccinations. Her experience is similar to that of many Americans who are affected by the COVID-19 epidemic. Kelly was already taking care of her ailment, Raynaud's disease, which impairs the flow of blood to her fingers and toes, before the epidemic. She managed her health and her career at the same time. She wasn't sure, like many others, when the COVID-19 vaccination was first released in 2020, but she ultimately received the shot. She made her choice out of a desire to keep her family safe, social pressure, and the hope that things would go back to normal. Kelly's vaccination experience took an unexpected turn. Vaccination experience. She candidly discussed on her podcast how she had an autoimmune issue soon after receiving her booster injection. This health concern altered her perspective on vaccination and public health messaging. Kelly's openness about her health issues resonated with others who shared her worries. She has also spoken about the experiences of other people who had health issues after vaccinations. This has sparked conversations concerning vaccinations' adverse effects and the need for more thorough reporting. Kelly wondered whether the vaccination and her symptoms were related, since her problems started just 3 weeks after receiving her booster shot, but her physicians believe it was a coincidence. Kelly has been talking about her experiences with vaccines. She has advocated for more candid discussions on potential side effects and long-term impacts, stating that maintaining public confidence in health organizations requires these open discussions. Fox News career and controversies. Megyn Kelly had an exhilarating, thrilling, and sometimes tragic journey at Fox News. She progressed from a rookie legal analyst to one of America's most well-known news anchors between 2004 and 2017. Kelly began her career with legal analysis on programs such as Special Report with Brit Hume. Her astute observation and fearless demeanor soon won her a slot dubbed Kelly's Court, and she started covering for prominent hosts. She was given a big break in 2000 when she was asked to anchor her 2-hour afternoon program, America Live. Her forthright approach and willingness to pose complex topics attracted viewers. More than 1 million people watched the program daily, and its ratings have skyrocketed. Kelly became a celebrity on election night in 2021. Kelly didn't back down when Republican strategist Karl Rove rejected Fox's report that Barack Obama had won Ohio. This dramatic scene on live TV garnered headlines worldwide, and she came over to address Rove, famously asking whether his worries were merely math that you do as a Republican to make yourself feel better. Kelly's rising notoriety brought with it an even more critical opportunity. She took over the renowned 9 p.m. in the year 2000 to 2013 slot with her show The Kelly File. The program was a huge hit, sometimes even surpassing the long-running top-rated program of Bill O'Reilly. Words of controversy. However, scandal accompanied fame. When Kelly said on television in 2013 that Jesus and Santa Claus were Caucasian, it created a commotion. She received criticism from some for her racism. Others supported her, calling her insensitive. This episode demonstrated how Kelly's remarks might ignite significant national discussions. The most incredible drama, however, was yet to come. In the first Republican presidential debate of 2016, Kelly confronted Donald Trump over his prior record of disparaging women. Because she asked pointed questions, Trump became enraged and began criticizing her on social media, with many of his followers following in. Kelly maintained her position and declined to provide an apology, citing her duties as a journalist. This altercation with Trump demonstrated how precarious Kelly's position at Fox was. Some of her co-workers supported her, but it seemed that others were in favor of Trump. It brought attention to the delicate balance Kelly had to strike as an influential journalist on a network often seen as favorable to conservatives. Perhaps as a result of all the turmoil, Kelly's career continued to soar. Interviewing the President of Russia. She was granted significant interviews, one of which was with Russian President Vladimir Putin. She also received a primetime Fox special in which she spoke with politicians and celebrities. By the end of 2016, rumors about Kelly potentially leaving Fox had begun to circulate. Her huge goals appeared too small for the network that helped propel her to prominence. Kelly said in January 2017 that she would join NBC News on a $15 to $20 million annual contract. Kelly had further backlash after leaving Fox. However, a more significant question is, was she in charge of the media or only a participant in a massive game? Media influence and propaganda. Megyn Kelly's experience in the media has given her a unique perspective on how information may influence people's beliefs and the potential dangers of propaganda. Her work with Fox. Kelly was a news creator and critic, so she first had experience with how the media can affect significant events. Kelly worked at Fox News during a hectic news cycle. She saw how national attention might be drawn to major topics and how current events may influence political views. She learned from this how crucial it is to balance reporting and persuading. Kelly had a new perspective on the media when she relocated to NBC and continued to work on her projects there. She began discussing the dangers of echo chambers and the polarization that may occur in news sources. Kelly emphasized that many individuals live in their little worlds, only hearing opinions confirming their own. Kelly has discussed the propagation of false information on social media more on her podcast and in speeches to the public. She says that misleading information may spread fast on social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, making it difficult for the truth to catch up. She urges social media corporations to take more responsibility and encourages individuals to consider news sources more carefully. COVID-19. Kelly emphasized how the COVID-19 outbreak caused individuals to lose faith due to conflicting and unclear messaging from medical professionals and the media. Kelly has also examined how media coverage of wars might influence people's perceptions about conflicts. Her concerns about the adverse effects of vaccines led to her question if crucial information was being withheld to promote vaccination. She has discussed how biased news and emotive language might affect people's opinions on whether or not to favor military action. In addition to her opinions on domestic politics, Megyn Kelly is focused on media spin and prejudice. She often calls attention to biased reporting from both liberal and conservative sources. In recent years, Megyn Kelly has developed into a media watchdog, utilizing her position to call out bad journalism. She has been particularly harsh on activist journalism, which she defines as reporters letting their personal beliefs influence the issues they cover. Her experiences have led her to advocate for media literacy instruction, and her approach has made her a controversial character in the media. She supports fair reporting. Kelly thinks it's more crucial than ever for individuals to understand how to evaluate news sources and recognize propaganda, since so much information is available. This supports the battle against misinformation and false news. Political and social views. Megyn Kelly's social and political opinions have often drawn as much attention as her professional life. Despite having worked at Fox News for many years, Kelly doesn't easily fall into one political camp. She has said she has voted for both Republicans and Democrats and proudly identifies as an independent. She has become a fascinating and contentious character in American politics due to her independent position. Kelly tends to lean liberal on several subjects. She has backed the legalization of drugs, arguing that we need a different approach since the war on harmful substances hasn't succeeded. She also supports allowing more legal immigration, arguing that America's variety and capacity to attract brilliant individuals from throughout the globe are what makes the country so strong. However, Kelly's opinions are difficult to categorize. She has brought up issues about Muslim immigration to Europe, which has sparked conversations on the obstacles that arise from the blending of cultures. Gun regulations and LGBTQ. Megyn Kelly has also adopted some unexpected positions on gun control. After the horrific Parkland High School massacre in 2018, she defied many conservative voices by accusing the National Rifle Association, NRA, of having too much sway. She also criticized politicians for their lack of progress in changing gun regulations. Over time, Kelly's opinions on social problems have evolved. On June 22, 2022, she explained why she no longer favored preferred pronouns. She used to support it, but nowadays she thinks they propagate negative gender stereotypes. This modification brings to light current discussions around gender identification. LGBTQ+ issues have taken center stage in Kelly's attention lately. She has expressed her worries about transgender athletes competing in women's sports and questioned whether youngsters should get treatment that is gender-affirming. Megyn Kelly's remarks about race have sparked a lot of discussion. Santa Claus is white. She made the famous statement that Santa Claus is white in the year 2013, which sparked a lengthy debate about how holidays are portrayed. She has lately participated in conversations on critical race theory in classrooms, often challenging attempts to combat racism using it. Kelly claims she's simply being honest and asking what she believes are acceptable societal views, despite the harsh criticism she's received. Despite speaking at conservative gatherings like Moms for Liberty, she says she is not affiliated with any political party or particular viewpoints. Kelly is a strong proponent of free speech and often asserts that candid discussions are necessary for democracy. Meanwhile, her admirers and detractors have been left in suspense by her shifting opinions on several subjects. NBC stent and departure. The pinnacle of Megyn Kelly's career was meant to have been her shift to NBC in 2017 to 2019. She received a massive contract with the network worth $69 million spread over 3 years. She was promised a lot, including the opportunity to cover important political events, a Sunday night news program, and her chat show throughout the day. Kelly made a significant impression on NBC when she had an interview with Russian President Vladimir Putin for her Sunday night program. People were interested in observing her performance away from Fox News. Though the interview drew mixed reviews, it was noticed. Even so, Kelly's Sunday program had trouble getting off the ground. NBC postponed it after only 8 episodes aired. It only appeared seldom for extraordinary stories. It didn't return regularly. Her morning program, Megyn Kelly Today, presented the obstacle. Kelly sought to alter her look to seem more approachable and accessible to daytime viewers. She attempted to display a more intimate side by playing games with the visitors and doing uncomfortable dances on camera. However, nobody was buying it. Unnatural transition. Many saw her transition from a stern journalist to a cheery morning show as odd and unnatural. Not everything was going well behind the scenes either. There were rumors that Kelly and NBC execs couldn't agree on how her programs should be structured. A few colleagues thought she had been handed too much too soon. Stress was increased by the fact that Megyn Kelly Today ratings were lower than anticipated. Then, everything collapsed in October of the year 2018. Kelly defended Blackface during a conversation on Halloween costumes, claiming that as long as you were dressed up as a character, it was okay to wear it as a child. Her tenure at NBC came to an abrupt end as the result of the firm and prompt response. Kelly emailed her colleagues and apologized on television, but the harm had already been done. A few days later, Megyn Kelly Today was canceled by NBC. They began discussing her departure, and Kelly's contract ultimately gave her $69 million. Her tenure at NBC had far-reaching consequences. Her reputation suffered, and many questioned if she would ever be able to recover. Some thought her popularity at Fox News didn't transition well to a broader viewership. Others said that by placing unrealistic expectations on her, NBC had set her up for failure. Megyn Kelly's abrupt departure from NBC led many to believe her career was over. However, the hard-bitten journalist thought otherwise. How would she re-enter a media landscape that seemed to have forgotten about her? Post-network TV ventures. Megyn Kelly was at a turning point in her career in 2000 after she departed from NBC. She avoided the limelight for many months, a big shift for someone who had been a significant presence on national television. Kelly, however, wasn't prepared to vanish. She launched her own media firm, Devil May Care Media, in September of 2020, and it was a huge success. She was now in charge and could make choices, significantly changing her career. The Megyn Kelly Show, a podcast that debuted on September 28, 2020, served as the centerpiece of her new business. Kelly was free to investigate whatever subject she was interested in, from pop culture and personal narratives to politics and current affairs. TV networks did not constrain her. Kelly's podcast became well-known very fast. Her well-known reputation and contentious past drew in listeners, and her engaging interview technique won them over time. The program gave viewers a glimpse into Kelly's different side by combining her sharp questions with more intimate conversations. Her podcast gained even more traction in July of 2021 as she inked a contract with SiriusXM to host her program on their Triumph channel. More people could now listen to her nationwide, and the contract also included a video option so admirers could view her. Kelly, nevertheless, didn't stop there. Her acting career. She shocked everyone when she said she was going into acting on November 23, 2023. She said she will be starring with Danny Trejo, Roseanne Barr, and Adam Carolla in Mr. Bircham, an animated comedy series for the Daily Wire. Kelly's unanticipated action demonstrated her willingness to try new things and push herself beyond her comfort zone. Even when Kelly left NBC, scandal followed her career. Her outspoken views on a range of issues, including racism and transgender rights, have garnered attention and generated contentious discussions. She still can spark conversation. In December of 23, Kelly returned to her hometown. She demonstrated her continued ability to compete in politics by co-hosting the 4th Republican primary debate on News Nation. This appearance shows that despite leaving major networks, she continues to have a considerable effect on political journalism. Kelly has continued to be active on social media as well. She interacts with her followers directly, promotes her art, and expresses her ideas on social media sites like Twitter. Because of this, she has amassed a devoted fan base outside the regular media. Kelly's career after leaving NBC demonstrates her adaptability and tenacity. She has experimented with various forms, dived into new technology, and even given acting a go. Even while she no longer reaches the large audiences she once did, she has found a place in the evolving media landscape. Recognition and pop culture portrayal. Nobody missed Megyn Kelly's ascent from lawyer to media stardom. She received both positive and negative attention as her celebrity expanded. In the year 2000, Kelly received recognition as an organization called Child Help which fights the abuse of children. They recognized her efforts at Fox News, where she increased awareness of this critical problem. This honor demonstrated Kelly's influence beyond the political sphere. The following year, she received an Alumni Achievement Award from her former law school, Albany Law School, at her 15th class reunion. This honor recognized her achievements from her time as a law student to her current status as a prominent media personality. Megyn Kelly became well known in the year 2000. Time magazine listed her as one of the top 100 critical persons in the world. Her inclusion on this esteemed list, which included world leaders and well-known individuals, demonstrated that her voice influenced outside of Fox News. Her recognition. Her hometown gave her recognition as well. Bethlehem Central High School inducted her into its Hall of Fame in 25. This was a unique acknowledgement of her journey from a local student to a national celebrity. Kelly's influence on popular culture increased along with her notoriety. She rose to fame and ceased to be merely a newscaster. Her name popped up in TV series and motion pictures, and late-night comedians did impressions of her. In 2000, Megyn Kelly had a significant moment in pop culture as the lead character in the film Bombshell, which focused on the incident involving unethical treatment at Fox News. Oscar winner Charlize Theron portrayed Kelly using unusual makeup to mimic her appearance. Theron received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress because of how realistic her portrayal was. Bombshell. The movie elevated Kelly to a prominent position and revived conversations about her tenure at Fox and her contribution to exposing the network's issues. It's interesting to note that Kelly didn't work on the movie. Afterward, she spoke with other female cast members, including Juliette Huddy and Rudy Bakhtiar, who had previously worked at Fox News. Kelly stated she found the whole experience upsetting, and that although certain portions of the video were authentic, others weren't. Once Bombshell became popular, Megyn Kelly became the talk of the town. People who had never seen her on television began recognizing her name and becoming aware of her involvement in the Fox News controversy. She became a prominent character in further in-depth discussions about workplace harassment and women in journalism due to the film. The movie demonstrates the range of opinions individuals have on Kelly. Different perceptions. While some see her as a controversial character with a troubled history, others consider her a courageous woman who stood up to strong men. Bombshell fairly assessed Kelly's position at Fox News without downplaying these distinctions. Megyn Kelly's impact on American society is seen in her accolades and film roles. Her narrative has been explored, contested, and made into a big-budget movie. It's undeniable that Megyn Kelly has influenced American media and society, like it or not. Legal career and transition to journalism. Kelly hasn't been in the spotlight forever. After graduating from law school, Megyn Kelly entered the hectic field of business law. Kelly's first position was as a junior attorney at Bickle & Brewer LLP office in Chicago, surrounded by stacks of legal papers and a lot of legal jargon. Kelly's fast thinking and diligence helped her establish a reputation. After just a year on the job, she co-wrote an article for The American, Litigation, the premier publication of the Bar Association. The paper, The Conflicting Roles of Lawyer as Director, demonstrated her depth of comprehension of complex legal issues. However, Kelly left her imprint at the sizable legal firm Jones Day. She worked on challenging business legal disputes for 9 years. The significant credit reporting firm Experian was one of her well-known clients. Kelly worked on complex consumer privacy and data protection concerns, developing abilities that will be useful later in her career. From law to journalism. Kelly felt that something was lacking in her legal career despite her success. She was craving a fresh challenge because of the long hours and legal job. Kelly decided to make a significant shift in 2003 and went to Washington, D.C. There, she discovered a new direction. She was employed by the local ABC station WJLA-TV as a reporter. Her legal expertise came in handy while covering significant legal and political topics. She covered essential events such as Justices Samuel Alito and John G. Roberts' nomination hearings for the Supreme Court. Kelly's ability to communicate complicated legal concepts to the general public was shown by her reporting on Chief Justice William Rehnquist's passing and Justice Sandra Day O'Connor's departure. Her work during the 2004 presidential election further demonstrated her adeptness at political reporting. As Kelly became more comfortable being filmed, those in the business community became aware of this. Later, Jonathan Klein, the president of CNN, expressed regret for not having hired Kelly when she first started her journalistic career, the one talent, as he dubbed her. Kelly's bold leap. You would have preferred to receive it from another source. However, Kelly's big break came from Fox News. She decided to take a risk and applied to work there in 2000. Fox executives immediately recognized her promise and had her begin performing legal parts on various programs. Kelly changed careers more than just switching from law to journalism. That was a significant change. She stood out on film due to her legal expertise, easy charm, and fast thinking. She could sum up a ruling by the Supreme Court in one, then discuss the political specialists later. Kelly was on the verge of becoming one of the most recognizable faces in American media as her following expanded at Fox News. Once aspired to argue court cases, the lady was now prepared to take on significant topics for millions of people on television. Kelly was a demanding lawyer before becoming well-known via the media, something few people anticipated or knew about. But what life experiences influenced her first dreams?
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon